Oh yeah, that's what we want. Pour yourself a glass of soy milk and let's get started. Grab yourself some all-purpose white flour and stick a cup of that into a bowl. Don't be sour, it's time to add in a teaspoon of corn flour. Also, I've got
baking soda,
and we're going to add in half a teaspoon of that and half a teaspoon of baking powder. Salt, we're going to add about a quarter teaspoon. Now let's mix up all our dry ingredients. Make sure that you're super thorough with this because you don't want any little pockets of baking powder or baking soda that are going to mean that your cookies rise unevenly. Now let's have a little sip of soybean juice after all that mixing and add a quarter cup of margarine to a new fresh bowl. And if you hate delicious buttery cookies, then feel free to substitute this for coconut oil. Ideally your spread will be about room temperature because this will make it much easier to mix. And if you're wondering why I've got these tiny little pots of spread, it's because they were going to throw them away at work and I managed to save them. Here we have some light brown sugar, of which we're going to add a half cup, and it's time to grab a fork and get creaming. A lot of people use a stand mixer for this, but I've never seen the point of them. After about 2 to 5 minutes, it should look a lot lighter and be fluffier in texture, just like this. Now stick in 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract and a dash of milk. You can always add a little bit more if you need it. Now give it another good old mix with your fork and add in the dry ingredients. And you guessed it, more mixing. After a few minutes, you should have a nice thick dough, just like this. And you know what that means. It's time to add our chocolate chips. I'm going to go with about half a cup. Mix those beauties in and we're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now grab some baking paper and cut it out nicely so it fits into your tray. Here's a little trick that means you don't get quite as messy. Fill up a bowl of water, wet your hands, roll the dough into little balls, then place them on the tray. Using the water along the way means that the dough doesn't get stuck to your fingers like it normally would. And if we're going to make chocolate chip cookies, let's do it properly. Stick in a few extra on the top and one more for luck. Now stick them in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes depending on how soft or chewy you want them. Oh yeah. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Peace.